want to be the cool girl because that's what boys like, so you sacrifice your prerequisites and wait for them to strike. You smile and act nonchalant when he looks at another girl because showing that it bothers you will make you look the fool. You drink and drink until you throw up because if you don't then you're a prude, and you let them casually slap your ass and laugh it off when they are crude. You don't ever ask for more because you know that it's just sex, and you say it's okay to have no strings because you're still healing from your ex. When you see him with somebody else, you don't show that it eats you alive because the clingy ones get noticed and very rarely thrive. You don't eat for days and days because they commented on your weight, and you swear that any second now he'll ask you on a real date. We've mutated our expectations to fit inside the stupid game, and then you lie awake and cry at night when you're the only one to blame. You complain about boys these days and how you wish we had more men, and you condone the fucked up things they do in the hopes they let you in. That's not how it works. You don't water your plants with shit and expect a rosy smelling garden, and you don't compromise your basic needs for a glimmer of affection. The world is full of victims that complain how all men treat them. You beautiful, blind yet worthy girl, teach people how to treat you. Wait for the ones that get it. And if it's not unadulterated chivalry, then for the love of God, go home. Pack your dignity in your disaster kits and spend some time alone. Now, not every man you come across will be a lustful, shallow suspect. Some of the greatest treasures in this world are found amongst the shipwreck. I like to sit and think about how they couldn't have always been this way, when they grew up with hopes and dreams of the man they'd be one day. I like to hope their dreams were big and they never intended to do harm. I like to think they daydream of who will end up on their arm. Most go on rants and brag about how they pick up games and art, but I like to think they feel something when they break some young girl's heart. I know that every man one day wants to find himself a keeper, but eventually the hole you dug would have gotten that much deeper. Are you the man the woman you want wants to call her own, or are you just too preoccupied with the dick pics on your phone? When she looks into the choices you've so proudly made a life, is what you have to offer even worthy of a wife? It's all fun and games, I'll give you that, when you want to play the field, but your character gets questioned when your intentions are concealed. Now the ladies that go through this will eventually be the same, and in the never-ending cesspool you will drown in your own shame. I'm this way because somebody broke my goddamn heart, but then you repeat the cycle and convince yourself it's smart. You hurt some guy because some guy hurt you because he was hurt by the girl before, and history repeats its ugly self until someone says no more. Teach people how to treat you, and then treat them just the same. Love endlessly or not at all, and if you play a fair game. The world isn't full of monsters, it's full of me and you. It's filled with fucking special people just waiting for their cue. There's 1,000 possibilities of the person you could be. So when you look into the mirror, be content with who you see.